Up late nights on a Saturday, not at the club, wish I had a day just to turn up. Have to say my time's burnt up, something like my pockets in the saddest way. Reality TV just laughs at me, kinda like those bullies in high school. Behind scenes was catastrophe. So could everyone quit telling me what I had to be? Just to be simple with you, brother, I'm truly glad to be a fuck up. Cause right now I'm down, so homie, what's up? I know I didn't grow to get here by being stuck up. Some people out seeing how much energy they can suck up, but I'm filling the cup up, passing it to my brothers. Maybe one day I'll buy a house for my mother, up on the mountain, awesome helipad so I can visit often. Send my dad golfing off with Steve Austin, stone cold focused. Cause I'm looking for my way to the top. I've been working all day, working all night. Some people telling me to just stop, but I can't leave my family hungry, sleeping at night. There's no way, no. There's no way. There's no way, no. There's no way for me to come home. It's been a minute now, milking every opportunity. I should get a cow, never seen an obstacle that I couldn't get around. But I'm not from royalty, so I didn't get a crown. These thoughts were written down for those who sit and frown, complain every day about the blessings they were given. How do you suppose those bros in Africa are living now? Maybe you could see the light if I could shift the clouds, so I'll try. But man, look how time flies. This year came and went like drive-bys. Mama still says she's surprised by my size, but this cat survives, still got my 9 lives. So what you wanna do? Go home, relax for 5 days cause you wanted to? I'd rather be out in Bombay, but I ain't mad at you. I'm not at home to stay, I'm just passing through. There's things I have to do, cause I'm looking for my way to the top. I've been working all day, working all night. Some people telling me to just stop, but I can't leave my family hungry, sleeping at night. There's no way, no. There's no way. There's no way, no. There's no way for me to come home. I've been in the office, they asking me where I'm off. I'm thinking that I fell off. It's a bad decision to start off with. If I don't call back, don't be mad at me. Home or family is surely somewhere that I'd rather be. I've been on the road for just too long, hoping that I'll come soon. No, when that'll be, man, who knows? Guarantee I'll have something to show. Most of y'all complacent, none of y'all got patience. I know that for a fact, cause I'm part of that equation. Learned from the school of life, and this is orientation. Nothing could prepare me for what I recently been facing. Some say that gravity is too strong, but when you love, you really can't do wrong. So I'm sorry I can't move on, but I couldn't leave without this new song. Hey, cause I'm looking for my way to the top. I've been working all day, working all night. Some people telling me to just stop, but I can't leave my family hungry, sleeping at night. There's no way, no. There's no way. There's no way, no. There's no way for me to come home, cause I'm looking for my way to the top. I've been working all day, working all night. Some people telling me to just stop, but I can't leave my family hungry, sleeping at night. There's no way, no. There's no way. There's no way, no. There's no way for me to come home.
I just realized that I had my start time listed at the wrong time there. Shout out to Pink Bambi. Shout out. I had my start time listed as the wrong time there. How y'all doing? It is that a glory day Monday. Some people don't like Monday. I love Monday. Today's Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day. Shout out to everybody out there tuned in on Twitch, on Twitter, YouTube. We're streaming. We're hanging out in the Metaverse as per usual. It's been so crazy. The last 24 hours have been insane. If you have not been on crypto, is the only way that you could have possibly missed the Nakamigos run-up of the century last night, hitting 0.7 ETH. Went back down to 0.56, but it was a frenzy last night. It was a serious frenzy. Started around 0.3, worked its way up very quickly. Why, you might ask? Well, Beeple dropped this piece the other day. Here we go. Let's see. Right here you can see Beeple added a Nakamigos here. You can see there on the wrist. What is that we see? A Nakamigos. Soon after that, the whole floor ran up. It was a sight to see. Today we're getting together for Builders Monday. That's right, Monday is for building. So if you're hanging out, today we're going to be building Club Nakamigos to celebrate this huge run-up and the huge future. I never owned a Beeple piece, so if this means that I'm part of the Beeple legacy, then that'll be a blessing. Beeple's the legend. He is the true OG. Without further ado, however, I think it's important that that we jump into our OnCyber Mondays. It's getting started right now. Let's see. Join the space. So I'm going to share this. If you want to tune in world, you're welcome to.
Mine was all right. I mean, I would say it was a bit quiet weekend after the overactivity on Friday, but otherwise.
All right, here we go, folks.
Otherwise, it was pretty quiet.
Oh man, yeah. Would you?
Let me know if you have any questions.
For us?
Well,
we are meeting up in world, so if you want to jump to my location, it is very easy for you to do so.
you know, they're like two elements, right, at play. One is you have like your hot wallet, right, and you have a hot mint that's about to happen, and you just kind of get into that FOMO frame of mind to go reveal. And really, what I was trying to do was I was going for my OPEPN reveals, right, and it was happening at the top of the hour, and I got there. So I have separate machines for social media and separate machines for all of my wallets and minting processes and all that stuff. Got to the wallet, but I accidentally sent the wrong Twitter handle from my social feed, right? And the funny thing is, they had identical number of followers between the OPEPN Twitter account and the fake OPEPN Twitter account. And I clicked the link, and I don't think I paid enough attention to what popped up, right? So effectively, I got my Nakamigos rugged, and I got my OPEPNs rugged, right? Which are two very sort of near and dear communities to my heart. I mean, like communities that I really really have enjoyed being a part of. And so I see all the draining activity start. I'm like, oh shit, what do I do? So I start, I immediately load up, revoke cache, and I start the process of, trying to revoke the addresses. But lo and behold, that started timing out, and I was like, okay, this is not good, right? So I jump into Blur. Thank God for Blur, and I floored what little was left, right? So by this time, 75% of my OPEPNs were gone. They were transferred out. They were drained. 75% of my Nakamigos were gone, already drained. But I was able to salvage 25%, and I was able to dump them, floor them basically, right? So I'd say give or take like 115, 125 ETH of a lesson learned on Friday. But it is what it is. What are you going to do? Onward and upward, baby. I have my honorary. If it makes anybody feel better, I do have my honorary. So thankfully.
At least
that's the important one. Honestly,
Yeah,
forget about the 125 ETH.
Yeah,
You got your honorary. You're all good.
yeah. Look, I mean, it's there's a lesson here, right? And it's the cost of tuition for being in the Wild West, right? But I think about this constantly, and I think about like how important security is. And as y'all know, I try to be very forward looking on security, which is kind of it makes me feel even more stupid when stuff like this happens, because it's something that I take pride in, right? I take pride in that stuff. And
it's like all it takes is like 1 second.
It is.
Like
it really is.
the tiniest, oversight, because it's gotten so aggressive, and we've sort of
Be safe, y'all.
accustomed to like feeling like, okay, I know how to spot it now. So then you slowly start to let your guard down, and then they come up with a new way to, obviously there are people who are like, this is all they're thinking about is how do I get someone who's not fully paying attention to send me their stuff for free. So yeah, it's rough out there. Man, I'm so sorry that happened.
Hey, yeah, I appreciate it. It is like, we just have to figure out better methods of protecting the folks that are in our space. And I mean, the good news is there's a lot of good progress on, wallet security, and, extensions to the browser that will help greatly. And having a multi-tier wallet setup will help, right? So that you don't completely get nailed. And then having a plan for when it does happen, because I think some of us live in this world where we think, oh yeah, I'm smart. It's never going to happen to me. And I'll tell you guys, it can happen to anybody, right? From people who have zero sort of perspective on Web3 to people who are very advanced super users. And the more that you feel like, hey, it is possible for you to get hacked or phished, the better, right? Because then you'll at least think about things, 2 or 3 times, and you'll start to, really realize that there's no reason to FOMO. There's absolutely zero reason to FOMO into anything, right? I mean, if you think about it, there's always another opportunity. Reveals have multiple days, right? So it really is user stupidity. That's all I could say, right? And that's something to sort of safeguard against. It's not the spearfishers. It's not the hackers. It's your own stupidity that you got to combat.
I mean, at least that's something that you can work on.
For sure.
Here, why don't you go work on your
really,
stupidity?
I am, a daily dose of spinach or something, right? Something's got to work. I mean, come on. I mean, there's got to be a cure for stupidity. It's,
we can all work on our own processes.
Exactly.
Faded Alpha, I know that you wanted to jump in and say something. I see that Nakamigos PFP, so I'm sure.
My guy Faded.
Hey guys, so I'll just take up a quick 30 seconds. One of my buddies bought a hoodie, Barat, and he posted it and he put Nakamigos is a movement, not a moment. And you and I know kind of what that means. And so I appreciate your honorary, but you can't be Nakamigos. So just send me your address. I'm sending you one of my nakeds before the end of the show. So I appreciate you, bro.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow. I lost 50 Nakamigos this weekend too.
Dude lost to Nakamigo, and now the guy's gonna give him one.
Oh man, Faded, thanks. Appreciate that, dude.
Chat move out of you, Faded. Lucky you, Brad.
I love that. And Manji really illustrating, how phishing attacks can come at you from anywhere.
So true. Even the people you're listening to now. Watch out for Ryan. He's muted right now, but he'll try to rug you. He's got this PFP collection he's pushing, and just be careful. Be careful out there, everybody.
Ryan, are you just listening this morning, or did you want to say a quick GM?
Hello. Hi, everyone. I'm Elon Musk.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that.
Hi, everyone. I'm currently in Dubai. It's a bit late here, so I'm in a car going to dinner, which is the reason why I couldn't join this Twitter space. But I miss you a lot. I know I haven't been here last week as well, but next week I'll be here, and I'll have a lot of updates. Been traveling quite a bit lately, and met a whole lot of people that we might or might not work with in the future. So yeah, a lot of exciting stuff on my end.
Awesome. It's nice to hear. It's nice to hear from you. I'm excited to see sort of what comes out of all of your travels and meetings. And then next week we have a guest. Can we announce who that is yet?
Yeah, I think so.
That's the kind of alpha we can share.
That's easy alpha.
Easy alpha.
Yeah, we've got Schiller with us next week, and they are launching their new space. So that'll be a fun one because we'll hop in world with them. We'll speak with them for a bit, and then we'll hop in world and scope out their new space. So that'll be exciting. I love I love it when we can kind of start here and then, you know, drag everyone with us. We have that collaborative space that was uh, like very fun and also a total
We are
blast,
out here, folks.
that we
On
worked on,
Cyber
and maybe at the end of this
Spaces,
one we'll want to hop in and
hearing the latest alpha from
be
OnCyber.
tiny,
It sounds
because
like we're going to be
I
jumping to
I
another
love being
place.
tiny with that avatar scaling.
It sounds like we might be jumping to another space, so make sure that
Source
you
of joy for
connect
me.
with me
Oh,
on
so I'm sure that
Lighthouse.
you guys saw that meme.
Make sure that you connect with
$20
me on Lighthouse so
token.
you can find me no matter where I am, folks.
Manjay,
I'm going to drop a link in chat real
are
quick.
like a pro shitcoiner, is that correct?
You know, these are rumors that are pretty unfounded. I actually do not partake in shitcoins, aside from my my own.
Oh my gosh, Homer Simpson is here, folks.
But no, I'm really not involved there. I think Bharat can speak to the shitcoin better than I can. I'll leave mainland to you two to chat there.
I'm a bit of a shitcoiner. I just know how it kind of. I mean, we saw this with
Hey,
Pepe, how
bringing the
it
kids to
just
bed. All right, see you in
pressed
Abyss
gas
Road to Rio.
super hard and
Good dad there. Good
effectively
dad.
put the NFT market to sleep briefly. I'm curious, Bharat, if you have any thoughts on sort of how this affects cycles. If you have any thoughts about like what we can expect to see from the coin, and also maybe going forward in terms of ERC20 tokens from sort of entities that are mostly involved in the NFT space.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is such an interesting topic, right? I mean, look, at one level, what we're seeing right now is a replay of summer of 2020, right? In other words, there's like gamification happening at the moment between fungible and non-fungible tokens, right? And if you think about the space, it's a space that's constantly craving attention. And NFTs have been the status quo for a good long bit now, right? Almost, I would say, 2 years, right? 24 months. And prior to that, it was all DeFi. Prior to that, it was all tokens, right? In general. And what we're seeing over the last 5 or 6 months is the reemergence of the idea of fungible tokens, right? And liquidity vampire attacks, between, to some extent, communities, right? I would say what you're seeing is like, community activation to vampire attack, to sort of, suck up liquidity. And what you can start to see is there's a good bit of movement in fungible tokens over the last few months, right? And that very clearly coincides with the fact that some of that liquidity from NFTs is now, exiting NFTs, making its way into, fungible tokens, and therefore, ramping up there, right? So I think these cycles are always kind of, it's very clear to see. And you can also see some of the NFT collections that are pumping hard are also what I would call pro DeFi NFT tokens, right? So that's kind of an interesting dynamic. But kind of to tie this all back to your question around meme land, yeah, obviously, look, some of the builders in the space are, creating certain currencies for, their own ecosystems, and if done well, hey, could be very successful, right? I think 9gag has shown a very strong propensity of building very lindy social networks. So I think they will do a pretty good job here. I have zero bags, so I'm not speaking to my bags here in any way, shape, or form. But I think there are certain communities that will succeed better at this than others. I mean, as we've seen, there are lots of other people that have raised a tremendous amount of money and have delivered squat in our space, right? But in general, I would say just if you're looking to be an investor, be very, very careful about the shitcoin poo-poo platter, right? Because it's a vampire attack between those coins, and there's a good likelihood that you are going to be the exit liquidity for some whale, right? Because people are hot potatoing these things, and you don't want to be the last person when that liquidity gets sucked dry, because you'll be dead, right? So just be careful out there with the true crappy meme coins, right? I'm not talking about meme coin as it relates to 9gag or any other ecosystem player, but just just the shitcoins more broadly?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Like it's definitely it's a little too much of that sort of greater fool theory for me, because you can see that playing out in real time, and it just makes me feel a little bit icky. And that has nothing to do with me getting rugged a bunch, but maybe a little bit to do with that. Unchained Ninja, you hopped up. Did you want to speak about meme coin or shitcoins in general?
Hi everyone, did I just request on not on purpose? I was just preparing a sandwich and I hear my name like, hey, what's happening? Why am I a speaker? What? Nice to hear you, everyone.
Awesome. Yeah, now you have to speak. You don't have to. Yeah, I saw that you requested, but who knows? Maybe I'll just toss out.
That's so good. I
That's
love it.
hilarious. That's hilarious.
The spot.
This is why Unchained is a ninja, right? Because it's that sneak attack that he just pulled. That's exactly why he is who he is, right?
Yeah, he's so sneaky that he didn't realize that he did it.
Yeah, I was actually sneaking myself right now. That's the new ninja trick. I didn't even see it coming myself. So cool. Now, actually, about Memeland, I was just checking the pinned tweet as I completely missed that, and it just looks interesting, but I have no idea what it is about. But something I need to do some Dior. So I cannot really
and it's
say
not,
much about that. So good.
And it's not an endorsement from us. I just put it up because we're talking about it, and we were also just speaking about making sure that you're going to the correct social media account, correct source for this stuff. So if anyone was trying to look into it, I pinned the official Memeland account so that you don't buy something random and get fished.
I'd like to get to something back to Bharat, as I hear you just got fished. I feel very sorry for you. I can completely feel you, as we got hacked like a few days before Xmas last year. And so if you're going to decrease your own stupidity, please take me with you so we can learn together.
You got it, man. You got it. I hope, I'm going to do another tweet thread on what happened here. I did one the last time it happened to me, and I will do hopefully the final version and the update of what happened this time. But yeah, would happy to share with you guys and happy to share with the community, right? I mean, this is why I'm very I'm excited to be able to talk to you about this stuff, because if we can prevent one person from having it happen to them, that's another person that's going to safely grow in the space, right? So these are the learning experiences that we've got to take forward and, help become better for the people that haven't even come into the space yet. So I'm optimistic.
Yeah, love it. That's the mindset. It's
That's
the same
hilarious.
idea. It was
You
a
can make
shock
your guy
moment.
super-
It was
super
very
good.
hard. And
Speaker, did you want to jump in?
Oh, hello. Thank you. I hope y'all can hear me. I'm on Bluetooth and driving in the rain. My phone is secure. Don't worry. I want to chime in. I ain't gonna take up too much time. I'm just give everybody the let my example. Don't let it be your mistake. Here's my little horror story. Blur. When Blur was going on, they did an airdrop. It was a fake airdrop. I was trying to be Mr. Super Sleuth, and I was inspecting the site, and I thought I was doing, I noticed it was fake, and I was like, that's where I should have stopped. I was like, okay, I know it's fake.
Oh no.
And then I kept investigating. I was because I was like, does this picture match this picture? I was going back to the real site and the fake site, and I was trying to get my info, get all the details, because I was gonna make a little thread try to, show people like, hey, don't do this and look out for this. And so then, I don't know, stupid. I know bots exist, but I forgot in that moment. And then I went ahead, I was trying to, get the full details. I wanted my facts. I didn't want to, just tell people, hey, don't click on this. I wanted to, give full detail, like, okay, they do this, this is how they, this is how they put the typo in and, change one little letter, can have a mock website and all this stuff. Because they had, they was shouting out legit Twitter space people and had the links down there at the bottom and stuff, but it was like that one little difference. So my dumb ass, I connected my wallet. That bot did what it did, and I lost 12 ENS domains, y'all. So if you want to be helpful and you want to help people out, don't click on nothing.
Yeah.
And sure as hell, don't connect your wallet. But I'm not gonna take up no more time. But I just wanted to chime in with that because I have the experience of being fished inadvertently, like old dude said before. It's human error. We got to check ourselves being dumb sometimes. But yeah, if you're gonna try to be helpful, just inspect it and take a screenshot and tell people what to look at, but don't interact with it for real. You can click on anything and they'll get you.
I love it, man. I appreciate you sharing that. Right? Like, it's like it's amazing, how powerful just sharing stories like that are, right? And I will tell y'all that I'm realizing that adding these Chrome extensions that make you think for 1 extra second, and of course separating your systems, super super helpful, right? But like, yeah, like if you can avoid the FOMO aspect, that's the most important thing. FOMO is the mind killer, right? I mean, it's the single biggest thing that has caused the most issues as far as my entire security setup is concerned. And and add like a wallet guard or an extension that makes you think another 3 seconds, 4 seconds, right? Because it'll tell you if there's a drainer. And if there's a drainer, obviously you know that there's something bad happening and nefarious happening, right? So anyway, I really, really appreciate you guys sharing these stories with us, and hopefully we can prevent another 5, 10 people from getting hacked.
Yeah, I think there is, it's sort of this, it can be this very shameful thing that you don't want to talk about because you feel as soon as it happens, you feel like it was so preventable or like you could see your mistake immediately and you feel so dumb. So yeah, it's massive to kind of come out and say exactly what happened, how it happened. So folks can look out for that. I know that my safeguard, the team knows that my old laptop was it was not in good shape, and so it would take like 2 to 3 minutes for MetaMask to pop up, which really was a FOMO killer for me because I had a very long time to think about what I was buying and the transaction that I was putting through. And so that's definitely saved me from some bad decisions. Maybe not from getting fished, but definitely from buying stuff on its way to zero. So,
why are they spending this whole time talking about people getting fished? I don't want to talk about this.
That's
Mondays for
my
building,
approach is
folks.
just to be entirely
OnCyber is not like I get like let's protect the community, but let's
Yeah,
not make the whole hour about phishing.
Exactly.
Is that just me?
Ooh, all right. We've got another request. So Ian, I'll go ahead and bring you up here if you want to pop in. And thank you so much to Beatnik for sharing with us what happened with you. Ian, you are a speaker now.
Wonderful, thank you very much. Just I thought I'd add a little bit of my experience with the topic at hand. I was almost had last year, a few months before Christmas.
Dude, once you get started
it
with
was,
these, it's
I
never
was
gonna
very
stop.
thankful that
Once you get started with
I
this,
didn't get
it's never
drained.
gonna stop. It really won't. It's just gonna keep
attack
going.
vector was social engineering. Someone that I happened to be friends with in the space. They have a project that I believe in. I've been supportive of it. And
this is very sad.
In their Discord.
This is very sad to hear.
That's not where we would generally DM, but I had won something as a result of something that they were hosting, and the bad actor was in tune with what was going on, and they prompted me. Oh, okay, shoot me a DM in Discord, and same name as my friend. Didn't check the number. And we hadn't been we didn't have a connection as friends in Discord, and so they had that advantage of being really timely in tune with what was going on with the project, knowing who was who, and it was they started to lead me down the garden path, and I just carried on for the first step or two, not doubting that it was the person that I believed it to be. It was even to the point of I, I I was prompted to sign a thing to to give away rights to an NFT that it struck me as odd, but you know. I trust this guy. Oh yeah, yeah. He reassures me it's normal. Then I get prompted for the second collection. I said, and that's when my better judgment
This is
kicked in.
crazy. This is why it's so hard to frickin' grow communities in this space, because of this bullshit.
I revoked the privileges that had that I had granted under the guise of it's just taking me a while to grant these permissions here, and so it gave me the couple of minutes that I needed in order to revoke the permissions. I got off very, very lucky. Um, but the adrenaline rush, that fear that sets in, like that could have been my entire collection of art drained, the modest funds I had at the time, and so it even in Discord in particular, if there's someone that you think double check the numbers behind the accounts to make sure that it is actually the person and not an imposter. And if they're asking you to do something strange, see it as strange, and don't just blindly sign away everything you've got. And it also underscores the importance of and I'm still a bit of a fool. I haven't set one up, although I've got a second ledger. Have a vault for where you keep the art that you don't plan on getting rid of. Um, Ideally, I think Gnosis has become safe now. If you have a multi-signature wallet, that's all the better. It's one more step of protection to keep your collections safe.
Good call. Thank you for sharing that with us. Yeah, it's the social engineering aspect is, something that we sort of keep hearing about. And when you're an outsider looking in, you can often uh, feel like that wouldn't happen to me. But like when you're in it, and this sort of like urgency that they create can get you to um, overlook red flags. And I think that we've all experienced overlooking red flags
Hmm.
in one manner or another.
Yeah, and what really caught me with this was just how perfect the timing was, and that they were just there was no urgency. It was just a casual
It comes up on the
oh
screen
yeah,
when you type
this
that.
this is what we need you to do to
And
claim
it
your
just looks
to claim
hilarious because
your
Ronald
prize.
McDonald with this.
And yeah, the timing was so perfect. There was no pressure, just this casual reassurance. Oh, yeah, this is normal.
Toaster.
I'm glad that I shouldn't have even gotten that far down the path because I have a background in security, and so just the timing of it really caught me off guard.
Ooh. Well, I'm glad you were able to protect yourself. And Ian, if you are ever narrating any audiobooks or anything, I want to hear them because what a great voice. I appreciate that.
Thank you very much. I've been asked to co-host a podcast about art that will be coming out soon. I've come
Oh,
to
awesome.
accept that people really uh, appreciate my voice, and that request has been posed or presented a few times. So I've actually been looking through some works in the public domain. You may wind up with a Christmas Carol narrated by me in NFT form or
Great.
something.
Oh, I will absolutely. Amazing. Yeah. Yeah, we'll bring you up in December to read that to us. Um I'll absolutely take it. So, Bharat, Manji, should we hop in world and play with the avatar scaling?
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah, let's do it.
So,
Or if you can maybe comment that space link on her tweet or something and then pin that.
yeah, so for those who maybe aren't keeping up with all of the new features and improvements that we've been dropping, we introduced avatar scaling, so you can kind of change the size.
If you've been watching this stream, you've definitely been keeping up.
Is insanely fun, like way too fun. So yeah, we were talking about maybe all migrating in world, and being tiny little gremlins. I guess you could be big if you wanted to. I guess that's part of the feature. So we'll pop in. I'll go ahead and tweet a link to our not NYC space.
Dude, we're gonna unleash Tobik in this shit, dude.
Pop in there right now.
Dude, this is gonna get dangerous for them, but
we'll
let's go.
We'll kind of chat.
Here's the link here.
And simultaneously be small. So that should.
I want to make sure. Wait. Before you go to that, hold on. Wait.
While we're sort of waiting to pull that up.
All right. Go to it.
Seven has requested to speak, so let's. We've heard from some great folks, so I'll go ahead and add you as a speaker, Seven, so that you can share what you wanted to share.
Dude, wait until they.
Seven, you should be a speaker now, so you can go ahead and.
Hello guys, or good evening wherever you are. Firstly, Bharat, sorry to hear about the incident that you had to go through recently. I do have a question that's related to minting mechanisms, and I believe you guys have probably received this kind of inquiry before. So I feel like there's a great disconnect between the 3D assets as NFTs and the metaverse or a place to view these NFTs. And I feel like OnCyber is the perfect platform, and you guys have been killing it, and you already killed it. It's so good. But I feel like for a 3D asset, I think the closest you can get to a 3D asset is to view it in an environment such as OnCyber. But I was just imagining, like, what if it was a place to actually mint 3D NFTs? You can browse the NFTs in an OnCyber space, and there's a mint button. So if this can be added or deployed as a separate contract for a minting mechanism inside of OnCyber spaces, this would be so sick. And I just wanted to get this across and see what you guys think about this.
Love the idea. It is coming sooner than you can imagine, and we're working very closely on a partnership and in multiple fronts to make this a reality. So it is a really, really good idea, and definitely something that's on plan. Munji, anything you would add?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a big focal point of ours. Obviously, is just empowering creators and giving you the tools to do anything you want end to end.
Dude, so big.
As Bharat mentioned, that's on our roadmap. I think there are hacky ways to do that in the short term. You can go and mint a 3D asset. You can place that in world. I think the piece that's missing today is like the actual minting functionality in OnCyber. So you have to kind of pre-mint and just have those tokens in your wallet, and then you can sell them through OnCyber. But definitely on the nearer term horizon to make sure we have that kind of end-to-end functionality that you laid out. That totally aligns with what we're doing, and look forward to getting it out there in the world. And I'm a little bit distracted because I'm getting stomped on by some giants in world. Everyone click on that link, join us in world. It's hilarious. But yeah, super good idea, Seven. We're working towards
awesome. That's so sick. Thank you guys for the answers.
Love it.
Yeah, thank you for wrapping up with that, and for creating an impetus for that promised alpha leak that we always follow through with. So for those who haven't yet hopped in world, please do so. And if you have and you are not yet changed your size, so if you pop in and you go to the right where you could see your PFP. That's your profile and your settings, and you can choose an avatar from the defaults, or if you have one that you've already added, you can choose that, and then you'll see a little scale, a sliding scale that goes from 0 to 1. So you can decide if you want to stomp or be stomped. It seems like those are the two options in this space. I'm a little chili pepper if you want to step on me. I know I've said that a bunch out in our team meetings, but now it finally applies. Oh, we've got another request to Rap Teeth. I'll go ahead and bring you up as a speaker. It'll connect, and then you can just go ahead and say what you wanted to say while we explore here a bit, and then we'll probably sort of talk through what we're doing in World together. So Rap Teeth, go ahead.
Hey, I wasn't expecting that. But thank you for having me up. No, I know I requested to come up, but I wasn't expecting you to accept that right now. Anyway, Farhad, what's up, man? I'm sorry that happened to you, brother. And you know, all jokes and like, I'm sorry, like genuinely, I'm sorry that this happened to you. And if you want, if you want, I'm happy to send you one of my NFTs. But again, I won't impose. I actually came up. No. All right, fine. That's all right, man.
I'm saying,
No,
Brad
no,
has
no, no,
plenty
no,
of
I
NFTs.
was-
You guys, Brad
I
has
was-
plenty of NFTs. People keep offering the same.
I was just gonna say,
He's
appreciate it.
loaded.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. You know, like, look, this stuff happens, right? It is just par for the course. So if we're in the space, you know, it's what happens with advanced tech, right? So I'm not fussing about it one bit, right? But appreciate it. Appreciate the kind words. You know, hopefully we can prevent the next 50, 60 hacks that happen.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a good outcome.
You know what to do, dude. I'm not even gonna say it, but yeah. So actually, I had a couple of questions about what you guys are building, man. Because I happen to win like this awesome gallery from Transparent House, the GMGN one, and I've been setting it up, but I found that like so on build mode, you guys have so the dragger thing, like when I drag around on build mode, I found it to be like counterintuitive. So I feel like it should be inverted. You know what I mean? Like when you drag up, like it gives you like a top down camera angle as opposed to like a low angle, which is how I think it should go. And then also I had a question, which is like, do you guys plan on integrating Tezos NFTs at any point?
I can answer that second question, which is yes. Manji, do you want to take the first part?
On the first part, yeah, I mean, I hear you on the design. I think that's something we have to review. It's obviously a pretty holistic change. I think what you'll see over time is that we're kind of merging these three different experiences. Like if you look at our application, it kind of sits across three distinct aspects of our platform where, you know, for those of you who don't know, there's builders like Unchained, Ninja, and the crowd. They actually like upload the spaces that you use, or the one you mentioned from Transparent House, like they uploaded it. And that's kind of one segment of our platform. We have the second one, which is like the 3D studio. And that's kind of what you're referencing and the experience there. And then the third is like the visitor experience. And this is where we're all meeting up in the link that's pinned right now. And we're going to be merging all of these experiences into one. So I think that we'll see design changes happen over time, just naturally come out of that, but probably not going to go in and change the 3D studio design outside of the scope of that. So I think, you know, you can expect that we'll continue to refine things there. And I really implore anyone to jump in World.
Dude, what the hell is happening here?
But that to say, we are going to be constantly improving. There will be changes to the studio, but it'll probably become more in line with us merging the various parts of our platform into one.
That's fair. I mean, I wasn't trying to ask you to actually do it for me right now, dude. But I just wanted to give you a little feedback that that's how I thought it should go. And actually, like the actual like in-world experience is the right way around. So which is why I found it a little bit odd that it was reversed in build mode. But
I
yeah,
think that for
thanks for
me
like
in
having me
build
up.
mode or in the 3D studio, doing the advanced controls where it kind of shows the like different planes on which you can move and rotations and stuff has been helpful to really like put things exactly where I want them. Yeah, that's just my personal experience as someone who is not super duper technically savvy. Yeah.
Definitely, I have been using those, and I found the little teleport button the other day, which I found really helpful because it literally like centers the frame in your view. So yeah, but I appreciate that. I appreciate you having me up. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for hopping up.
Thank you, Rapteeth.
And Monica
Thank
mentioned, but Tezos is supported already today, so you just need to connect your Tezos wallet. And then
As of today, you hear that Tezos is connected. Tezos is working today
as well.
No way, that's so cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we'll tweet a whole list of new chains that we now support. So you can kind of show up all your assets from multiple chains, including POAPs, which is pretty cool because those aren't really even on mainnet. So pretty fun.
I've also found with the advanced placement, it's very useful to actually enter in for the XYZ coordinates. If you have a certain height that you want things to be, or a certain spacing, just typing in integer values for things, it lines them up, and you don't have to fiddle with the mouse.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. So in world right now is kind of wild. Okay, is that giant Barat sleeping? Let's see. I can't see your head. Oh no. Ah. I feel like the scale is wild. You guys are massive.
There's a growth hack we're only allowed to use today.
Well, Sam's is not looking.
well, Sam is not looking.
Cool.
Holy buckets! Who is that massive individual on top of me now? Oh my god!
You guys are out of control.
Yeah, I thought I was bad.
Oh, I'm gonna. There's the one. We have one of our default avatars that, for some reason, is like weirdly huge. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that one on. Oh no. Okay.
Who has all the Simpson avatars in here? This guy saw Smithers, and now we have Homer running around. So.
Oh, I'm too big.
They're talking.
It's time we take over the planet.
They're talking about Tovik,
the visitor, going big.
Wait, so the size of the avatar depends on how do you go super oversized like this?
You just you enter a number.
Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, she gave the cheat code away.
It's over now.
Oh, and Beldosh is exposing us in our team Discord to Samsy too. You guys gotta, if you want to use this feature, you got to get in here now, business. It'll be gone in a week.
Yeah, the feature will be gone.
Monica just over alphaed us.
Oh no.
Just kidding.
I probably will continue. I think maybe I will all of my sort of internal questions that I have as because this is I've been here for 2 full weeks. I have a lot of questions and I'll just ask them in the spaces so that we'll just give everything away.
That's good. It's good transparency for the community.
This is hilarious. This feature is going to be gone very soon, folks. So if you want to get mega size like this and be Godzilla, now's your chance.
And I want it to be repeated many times because I will forget.
Man, I love Unchained's giant donor kebab.
Do we want to talk through this week's features at all?
Let's do it.
Monica, or?
Yeah, let's do it. So as mentioned, we've got the sort of multiple chain support, the additional chains for assets. Are we going to talk about the stuff that's not not quite ready yet.
Okay, so we got assets on Tezos now.
As far
Great. So we've got new mobile controls. Do Bharat or Manji, would one of you speak to those, since that is alpha that I have not experienced yet?
I'm happy to kick things off, and then maybe Brad has more to add. I think if we look at more of the system of what we're trying to do with mobile, we think mobile is really important to onboard people into the metaverse and Web3 more broadly. You think about mobile usage has just continued to soar over the last couple of decades. So something that we're prioritizing a bit more is just nailing that mobile experience and making sure that people on mobile can experience OnCyber just as they would on desktop. And I think, we're one of the only metaverses right now where you can do things on mobile. Like you can jump into the space that we have pinned on mobile, like really incredible work out of our 3D team there. And so now we're just bringing the interface up to date and making sure that everything you can do on desktop, you'll be able to do on mobile. Again, really to accommodate to the broader audiences that we want to help onboard into the metaverse and Web3.
Yeah, agree, Munji. I mean, I think, look, if you think about a lot of the world, many folks around the world actually experience the web and specifically, Web3 tech and beyond, from mobile, right? It's not just a desktop situation in many cases. And in order to allow for smooth, frictionless experiences anywhere, I mean, it's an area that we've got to continue to improve, right? We think we have an average at best mobile experience today, and we want to get to a world-class experience. So, this is a set of, releases that will start to move us in that direction. But the beauty of, OnCyber is that we never, are okay with the status quo. So we're going to keep pushing desktop experiences, and we're going to push mobile experiences even harder, right? It's the beauty of having this open source model, and the fact that you can use a browser to experience these amazing experiences like we're having right now in world. And we want to be able to democratize that completely. And in order for that to happen, we have to continue to push the envelope on mobile.
This is hilarious. Look at
we will keep improving and iterating, right? And that's our commitment and our goal.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it really like lowers that barrier of being able to participate, because there are a lot of experiences that in this space that are only available on desktop. So I think you're cutting out a large portion of people when folks do that, because not everyone has access to decent desktop. But yeah, so much of the world does have access to mobile. So I'm a big fan of accessibility, inclusivity, and I think that that serves that purpose in a way that warms my heart. We've also got this week we've got sort of a chat inbox situation coming. Is that something we can speak to?
I think we can speak to it conceptually. I don't know that one will go this week,
Okay.
but being worked on. And I think brought it up to the past couple of Twitter Spaces because we had some inquisitors, but really like building out kind of the next set of our chat functionality, allowing for DMs and really like offline and ongoing messaging between users, between groups. So that'll be kind of rolling out probably in a couple of weeks, not this week, but that'll be a big one for sure.
No. Is there anything else we want to mention for this week then?
We could touch on kind of the Web2 login aspects. There's a lot to bite off there potentially, but that'd be the other thing to look at coming out this week.
Yeah. I'm excited about that. About being able to essentially log in and experience OnCyber without a wallet necessarily. I know that we've kind of discussed like how we want to talk about that. Bharat, do you have?
Yeah, I mean, look. I mean, the phishing discussion that we just had is a classic kind of comeback to why it's important to allow for, eliminating any of the friction associated with connecting a wallet, right? I mean, these are just basic first principles of experiences, right? Like we have to lower the bar for how people can immerse in world, engage in world, and experience what we have to offer. And whether you do that through your social logins, whether you do that through a Web3 wallet login, it should be completely seamless, right? And it should be on us to make the linkages across those experiences so that for the end user, it's completely transparent. So that's what we're going to do with account linking and Web2 login. By the way, just it's a very poorly kept secret. Web2 login's already out there, right? I think we've tweeted about it, but so you can actually access through your social logins, you can jump in world with OnCyber and go to town, right? But what we're going to start doing now is connecting that Web2 login ID with your Web3 wallet ID, and then creating this virtual wallet connection, right? Virtual login, if you will. So again, pushing the boundaries on ensuring that y'all are safe, y'all can use whatever makes you comfortable in terms of the access points, etc. And we will have some other really cool elements linked to this to share with you on Twitter as we sort of roll this out. But that's about it in a nutshell.
Yeah, that'll be big. And one other thing we've talked about, I mean, we just need new we need new liquidity in the space. I mentioned it earlier, but I'm very liquid. We got to bring some new heads in to Web3. So I think Web2 login will be a big big point on that front. And I think Brock kind of laid out the full funnel of how we can bring people in via Web2 and then link them into Web3 and really help grow the ecosystem through those means.
Yeah, I love it. I know Nick says liquidity, but really what we want is the next 5 million users to come in, right? Look, I mean, we all know we have a good thing going with Web3, but it's such a small community, right? If you think about like the total number of internet users or traditional Web2 users, and what we want is all of those individuals who haven't yet experienced Web3 to be able to experience Web3. And by the way, immersive metaverse experiences like OnCyber provides and some of the other metaverse providers give you in Web3 are excellent ways of bringing people in, right? Because there are suddenly approaches to social collaboration that they couldn't experience before, and these experiences will look very internet native to them, right? That's the whole point. And then slowly but surely, these individuals come in, they start to see the cool art that's around, and they start to hear Ian's cool voice, and boom, magic starts to happen, right? People start to buy stuff, they start to kind of vibe with the community, and then they start to realize that, look, this is a pretty damn cool place and it's got an amazing ethos. We should be a part of this, right? This is much better than our legacy Web2 world. And that's the whole point, right? It's expanding our echo chamber, right? And I hate to use harsh words like that, but it is an echo chamber today. And we've got to make it much more, viral and vibrant for a bigger, broader cohort of users, so that we can expand what we think is this fundamental principle of decentralization and open source tech, right? So that's at the heart of it.
100%.
And it's very important, really. I mean, I've been working, thankfully, I've been well received by Accelerate Art and the Federation of Canadian Artists in connecting the two of them, and it looks like we might have Super Chief on board. It just takes initiative and time and energy. All I'm doing is I'm connecting these people, and we're working to establish an exhibit due to take place tentatively in September across the Super Chief locations and the Federation of Canadian Artists locations, where we'll be merging or blending traditional art with digital art in the spaces, so that we bring traditional collectors in, we bring the general public in to normalize it, so that they can see things well presented in digital frames, and have information sessions there. Oh, well, you're curious about how you can own this? Oh, well, here's how ownership works, blah, blah, blah. And doing it in a way that that has it sitting with the traditional art that people are familiar with. And so that when they can, when their mind is opened to the possibilities presented, by digital art. They've already seen it firsthand.
Absolutely. Like, I think there is this whole value prop that, like, there's so much value that we can present to all these spaces that really aren't involved in Web3 and kind of only know like what they've heard, which is essentially the bad stuff, right? And so, like, really being able to present people the good stuff in a way that makes sense for them, and they realize, like, oh, this is what I want. Like, you do have what I want, and it's more than everything that I've heard, and sort of the like the scam end of it. And I think there's also like there are all these great use cases for this like metaversal experience that I think are not being presented in the way that makes sense and the way that people really want to use it by these larger companies that are getting involved. So I think really like being able to present this in a kind of smaller scale, like more personal way is key. And it is really like one person at a time until it's not. I saw that Adisa that you requested to speak, so I brought you up as a speaker. If you want to unmute yourself and hop in, and also I've been told not to shout out cursed salad, so I will not. But we are having like a little tiny dance party in World. Yeah, so Adisa, did you want to speak? Okay, you don't have to. We all get stage fright sometimes, so it's cool. But you're here. You're up. If you did want to jump in, where are you guys? Oh yeah, okay. Munji's right next to me, being little. Brat, where did you go?
I think I'm somewhere in world. Did I drop?
I just had a pickle sit on me, which is invasive. Sheesh.
Yeah, see, I'm right here. I'm tiny right now. I'm actually close to where Munji is. So whoever that pickle is, oh, it's Sheesh. Of course, it's Sheesh. Sheesh is just crushing all the little tiny avatars here. Oh,
I will say, fine display. I will give Curse Salad a shout out that they asked for because 89 gigabytes of VRMs. We've seen many on display. We've seen Smithers. We've seen Homer. I see Wallace or Gromit. I forget which is which from Wallace and Gromit. Some interesting VRMs here. The power of VRM upload is pretty wild.
Now, I've got a question for you guys. I recognize how the likes of Nifty Gateway and Maker's Place and that are positioned well to onboard people with having credit card payment being possible and custodial wallets that really make the process less daunting from a technical standpoint. What efforts are you aware of beyond those platforms to like? Can we expect anything anytime soon? Is there any exciting new initiative in that way that can stand to make it technically less daunting for onboarding new people?
I think Ian, we just hit that with the Web2 login, right? So I actually, I think it's
from a standpoint of ownership, though.
Yeah, no, I get your point. It's interesting, right? Like depending on who you talk to, the Nifty, as a collector myself, I've often found that experience to be super clunky, right? Because the assets are then in a semi sort of walled area, and then you have to transfer them into your primary wallet area. I think the better approach is probably some delegated wallet, right? With some nested hierarchies to be able to do it more effectively. I think that's where the innovation is pushing, at least from what I see. And I think we're probably more likely to see more of those, fine-grained ACLs, access control lists, etc., and rules being an approach to how we improve, kind of wallets and the use of wallets in general. I think that's probably where the innovation boundary is going to be pushing hard, if I were to guess.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And the steps that you've taken in order to allow a Web 2 login, that really is a crucial piece of the puzzle to have people be able to participate in an environment without that barrier to entry. In a way that they can have a personalized experience, so and have them chomping at the bit to, all right, I want in. How can I own some of this?
Yeah, for sure. And then we've also allowed for asset upload, right? So as a creator, if you have a new 3D object or an asset that you create, coming into the world as like a Web 2 user, if you will, we're going to allow them to, at the point where they decide that, hey, I want to become a creator in this great, sort of trustless ledger, if you will, right? It's a great sort of area for them to be able to mint, and then of course take the next steps to learn about wallets and delegated wallets and all of the steps that go into being a creator at large. So it's kind of crawl, walk, run, if you will, in terms of bringing them in, and then one, showing them how easy it is to get in and start to experiencing these amazing worlds, and then two, to understand the process about self-sovereign ownership of assets and creation of assets, and then three, actually taking the leap of learning and setting up their first wallet, and then of course minting an asset, and then of course they're very deep down the rabbit hole, and then the rest is, as they say, history, right? So we want to be able to enable all of those paths, and just make it as smooth an experience for them as possible, for new users coming into the space.
That's fantastic. I mean, I can when you first started, when Ohm first launched, and seeing the other things that.
All right, y'all. I think it's the top of the hour. I think I'm pretty set. If headed to the build. All right, y'all. It is time. Time to jump into this build. It's the top of the hour, and shout out. We had some great alpha come through on that stream. Shout out to OnCyber. They gave us some great pointers. Tezos assets. If you have any NFTs on Tezos, you can now upload those. They're going to be focusing on mobile experience interface optimization. So everything you're doing on desktop, you can now do on mobile. That's what they're focused on. They're also looking at, in the next coming weeks, chat inbox functionality updates, so you can do better at connecting with keeping that conversation going in OnCyber, and Web 2 UX optimization to make sure it's super easy for anyone in the Web 2 space to jump in and start experiencing. And I think that is a great set of goals moving forward. There's a lot more on the way. In the Discord for OnCyber, people leave great suggestions all the time, and you can always jump in there and upvote the suggestions that you like. So it's a great way for you to sort of have some say on what features are getting built. I know the OnCyber team is definitely looking at that all the time. So without further ado, folks, what's going to happen in this stream is it is Monday, and Monday's for building. We're just going to get loose. We're going to get our creative muscles loose. I'm going to be building out a Nakamigos club. I'm going to call this club Naka. That's right. We're going to have a little dance club going on here for our Nakamigo. We'll dance, we'll hang out vibe, all that good stuff. But for right now, we're just an empty shell. That's right. If you're starting to get building, I'm just going to be talking through things as I'm building. If you want to actually collaborate with these builds that I do, on Thursday, we have open collaboration. So on Thursdays, you can come and join me. I drop a collaboration link, and you can join me in building out something based on a theme that we choose. So we have different things that we do each day in our stream. Mondays for building, Tuesdays for learning, Wednesdays creator highlights. So if you're a creator and you want to get your work out there, you want to get some exposure, hit me up and we can definitely get you some coverage on Wednesdays. Thursdays, open collaboration. Fridays, we're out exploring, finding music across the metaverse, and Saturdays and Sundays are anime club. So without further ado, I think it's time for me to get started here. I'm going to turn on some music here. All the music that you're going to hear is some Original music by yours truly. And I hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you have any questions at all. If you wonder what I'm doing. I'm going to try and talk through some of this stuff as I go. Definitely going to stick my Naka here. I'm going to actually remove my head so you can see more of the screen. You can adjust the size very easily. This sidebar, I'm under NFTs, but you can also just click the item. First thing I think we need is some Nakamigos. I think there's some Nakamigos videos. Wait, where did everything go? No, did I lose everything? Why did I lose everything? At least I didn't do that much. The heck? Okay. Got. I'm trying to find this other Nakamigos song that was out there that I'm just having a trouble finding. I don't know why this certain stuff is not shaving. I just placed text and it didn't save. It's usually not the case, but let's try this one more time. Here we go. This is the guy. I found him. This is the best. This guy's the best. He's got the best Nakamigos tracks. Legit. Yeah.
Came from the dojo. 10 Nakamigos, all we had was FOMO. 20 Nakamigos, that was more than a kilo. 50 Nakamigos, fuck it up, we gon' YOLO. 100 fucking amigos, we gon' do it cause we local. 4 AM got big bodies, that balloon boy, he look real
I don't know what I did, but I've done this before, where the camera is in one place and I can move around. Tobik, what's good?
Yeah.
Nakamigos, all we had was FOMO. 20 Nakamigos, that was more than a kilo. We local, big bags, golden grilled and buy that. If it ain't Migos, fuck that. If I flip, I buy back. Hoodie up, I stack that. All that fuck, we like that. That Migo floor, it push back. My ninja's gonna punch that. Yeah, we gon' fuck up that web 3. Just wait and see. We don't worry about gas fees. We sweep, sweep, sweep. We Migos and we local. We local. We punch, we kick, we love, yeah. That came from the dojo. 10 Nakamigos, all we had was FOMO. 20 Nakamigos, that was more than a kilo. 50 Nakamigos, fuck it up, we gon' YOLO. 100 fuck amigos, we gon' do it cause we local. 4 a.m. got big buys. That balloon boy, he look real tight. We floaters, we got big ties. And that crocodile, man, he got big bites. My snowman, he so icy. I know he kinda pricey, but if I really like it, then I'ma fucking buy it. And if you keep on fading, I'm sorry you ain't gon' make it. Ain't never too late, just send it. Ain't never too late, just send it. Cause we Migos. Ha. Yeah, we Migos. Ha. Yeah, my fucking Migos. Yeah, yeah, my Nakamigos. Ha. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 10 Nakamigos, all we had was FOMO. 20 Nakamigos, that was more than a kilo. 50 Nakamigos, fuck it up, we gon' YOLO. 100 fuck amigos, we gon' do it cause we local.
Yeah. Naka.
10 Nakamigos, all we had was FOMO. 20 Nakamigos, that was more than a kilo. 50 Nakamigos, fuck it up, we gon' YOLO. 100 fuck amigos, we gon' do it cause we local. Big bags, golden grilled and buy that. If it ain't Migos, fuck that. If I flip, I buy back. Hoodie up, I stack that. All that fuck, we like that. That Migo floor, it push back. My ninja's gonna punch that. Yeah, we gon' fuck up that web 3. Just wait and see. We don't worry about gas fees. We sweep, sweep, sweep. My ninjas, we Migos and we local. We local. We punch, we kick, we love, yeah. That came from the dojo. 10 Nakamigos, all we had was FOMO. 20 Nakamigos, that was more than a kilo. 50 Nakamigos, fuck it up, we gon' YOLO. 100 fuck amigos, all we had was FOMO. 20 Nakamigos, that was more than a kilo. 50 Nakamigos, fuck it up, we gon' YOLO. 100 fuck amigos, we gon' do it cause we local. 4 a.m. got big buys. That balloon boy, he look real tight. We floaters, we got big ties. And that crocodile, man, he got big bites. My snowman, he so icy. I know he kinda pricey, but if I really like it, then I'ma fucking buy it. And if you keep on fading, I'm sorry you ain't gon' make it. Ain't never too late, just send it. Ain't never too late, just send it. Cause we Migos. Ha. Yeah, we Migos. Ha. Yeah, my fucking Migos. Yeah, yeah, my Nakamigos. Ha. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 10 Nakamigos, all we had was FOMO. 20 Nakamigos, that was more than a kilo. 50 Nakamigos, fuck it up, we gon' YOLO. 100 fuck amigos, we gon' do it cause we local.
Yeah. Naka.
10 Nakamigos, all we had was FOMO. 20 Nakamigos, that was more than a kilo. 50 Nakamigos, fuck it up, we gon' YOLO. 100 fuck amigos, we gon' do it cause we local. Big bags, golden grilled and buy that. If it ain't Migos, fuck that. If I flip, I buy back. Hoodie up, I stack that. All that fuck, we like that. That Migo floor, it push back. My ninja's gonna punch that. Yeah, we gon' fuck up that web 3. Just wait and see. We don't worry about gas fees. We sweep, sweep, sweep. We Migos and we local. We local. We punch, we kick, we love, yeah. That came from the dojo. 10 Nakamigos, all we had was FOMO. 20 Nakamigos, that was more than a kilo. 50 Nakamigos, fuck it up, we gon' YOLO. 100 fuck amigos, we gon' do it cause we local. 4 a.m. got big buys. That balloon boy, he look real tight. We floaters, we got big ties. And that crocodile, man, he got big bites. My snowman, he so icy. I know he kinda pricey, but if I really like it, then I'ma fucking buy it. And if you keep on fading, I'm sorry you ain't gon' make it. Ain't never too late, just send it. Ain't never too late, just send it. Cause we Migos. Ha. Yeah, we Migos. Ha. Yeah, my fucking Migos. Yeah, yeah, my Nakamigos. Ha. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 10 Nakamigos, all we had was FOMO. 20 Nakamigos, that was more than a kilo. 50 Nakamigos, fuck it up, we gon' YOLO. 100 fuck amigos, we gon' do it cause we local.
Yeah. Naka.
10 Nakamigos, all we had was FOMO. 20 Nakamigos, that was more than a kilo. 50 Nakamigos, fuck it up, we gon' YOLO. 100 fuck amigos, we gon' do it cause we local. Big bags, golden grilled and buy that. If it ain't Migos, fuck that. If I flip, I buy back. Hoodie up, I stack that. All that fuck, we like that. That Migo floor, it push back. My ninja's gonna punch that. Yeah, we gon' fuck up that web 3. Just wait and see. We don't worry about gas fees. We sweep, sweep, sweep. We Migos and we local. We local. We punch, we kick, we love, yeah. That came from the dojo. 10 Nakamigos, all we had was FOMO. 20 Nakamigos, that was more than a kilo. 50 Nakamigos, fuck it up, we gon' YOLO. 100 fuck amigos, we gon' do it cause we local. 4 a.m. got big buys. That balloon boy, he look real tight. We floaters, we got big ties. And that crocodile, man, he got big bites. My snowman, he so icy. I know he kinda pricey, but if I really like it, then I'ma fucking buy it. And if you keep on fading, I'm sorry you ain't gon' make it. Ain't never too late, just send it. Ain't never too late, just send it. Cause we Migos. Ha. Yeah, we Migos. Ha. Yeah, my fucking Migos. Yeah, yeah, my Nakamigos. Ha. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 10 Nakamigos, all we had was FOMO. 20 Nakamigos, that was more than a kilo. 50 Nakamigos, fuck it up, we gon' YOLO. 100 fuck amigos, we gon' do it cause we local.
Yo, this is major. We can actually place popes in world now. This is kind of sick. Wow.
Yeah. Naka.
10 Nakamigos, all we had was FOMO. 20 Nakamigos, that was more than a kilo. 50 Nakamigos, fuck it up, we gon' YOLO. 100 fuck amigos, we gon' do it cause we local. Big bags, golden grilled and buy that. If it ain't Migos, fuck that. If I flip, I buy back. Hoodie up, I stack that. All that fuck, we like that. That Migo floor, it push back. My ninjas gonna punch that. Huh, yeah, we gon' fuck up that web 3. Just wait and see. We don't worry about gas fees. We sweep, sweep, sweep. We Migos and we local. We local. We punch, we kick, we love, yeah. That came from the dojo. 10 Nakamigos, all we had was FOMO. 20 Nakamigos, that was more than a kilo. 50 Nakamigos, fuck it up, we gon' YOLO. 100 fuck amigos, we gon' do it cause we local. 4 a.m. got big buys. That balloon boy, he look real tight. We floaters, we got big ties. And that crocodile. Oh man, he got big bites. My snowman, he's so icy. I know he kinda pricey, but if I really like it, then I'ma fucking buy it. And if you keep on fading, I'm sorry you ain't gon' make it. Ain't never too late, just send it. Ain't never too late, just send it. Cause we Migos. Ha. Yeah, we Migos. Ha. Yeah, my fucking Migos. Yeah, yeah, my Nakamigos. Ha. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 10 Nakamigos, all we had was FOMO. 20 Nakamigos, that was more than a kilo. 50 Nakamigos, fuck it up, we gon' YOLO. 100 fuck amigos, we gon' do it cause we local.
Better bring 5 cups. Cause when you on top, they line up, line up. I ain't playing, man. They thirsty. So you better bring 5 cups, 5 cups. Cause when you on top, they line up, line up. Bounce, bounce, bounce. You didn't think I was just gonna leave it at that, right? Leave it at that, right? You gonna catch us all in the back, wait, side to side. Bounce, 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 yeah. You know why I win? Cause luckily for me, I got strength in my belief of power higher than either of ours, helping us defeat these cowards. Babylon, they built these towers, but when it's crumbling down, we be beneath the showers of rocks pummeling ground. So we release the sour grown from the mother earth. For what it's worth, if you don't give a fuck, it's just another curse. And that there is my hippie hero mantra. You won't catch me slipping, sipping purple mixed in Fanta. You may say I'm gifted, but suspicion it'll haunt you. People looking for reasons just to pull you under. So what's next? Should I settle, simply revel in money? Cause milk and honey would always be better than this. Ain't no rubber band on my wrist. They offered me $2 million and I managed to resist. Yeah, that dude was pissed. Flew me in first class, sent me home on business.
Toaster, chill.
We always find out that we both got the right to go fast enough to slow. Further along the shows, still got the plans to go, but we all got a purpose. We both got the right to go. We all got a purpose. When you see the cat, fantasies you keep it. Be careful when you make me. But I see the cat.
Alrighty, y'all. That's our build for today. I think we're all set. We have our Nakamigos sitting nicely. We have an entire space here where you can explore rarities. You can jump through a portal. You can come over here and explore art, music, the Nakamigos website. Very, very cool. I will see y'all tomorrow for the next stream. Appreciate everybody for stopping through. Tomorrow's stream is going to be 1:30 p.m. PST. I think my internet's being a little sketchy right now, so I'm just going to sign off. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Much love. Peace.